Okay, so the media definitely makes it so that women fear giving birth because through extreme visuals of waters breaking to heartbreaking losses at various times throughout pregnancy, one thing that is unfortunate but somewhat accurate is how through TV and movies they show the event that happens, and then there isn't the representation of support needed, whether it's a successful live birth or if on the flip side it is something that isn't successful, like a miscarriage or a stillbirth. Women have given birth and had these experiences of loss, even in different movies, TV shows, you name it. They fail to show the follow up and the support that is available when it comes to going through any of those situations. And what this does is it makes women feel like they can't ask for the help that they need, or they can't ask for things that they need if they don't know that it exists. And I feel that the birth space in many different areas needs to have support that is more accessible and more talked about in everyday conversation without the expectation to have it all figured out. And Washaya is the world that I have personally created and the luxury spiritual wellness brand that fills in those gaps. So the aim, whether the woman in question is planning to have a baby, whether she is already pregnant, whether she's experienced a loss, whether she is opening the portal to motherhood after a loss, and all the way through her pregnancy journey and birthing experience, Washaya is here to support you through each and every stage. And the way in which I've built Washaya, it is designed to flow from one section to the next. So if you choose to begin at a certain stage, there is always something for you to flow into should you need it. And there is also no pressure if after the minimum time frame, which is usually 3 months for my luxury one-to-one experiences, if you no longer need that support, then you can swim out of any of the programs. And then when you feel like you want to begin again, you can just either hop back in to where we left off, or you can move to a different stage, without pressure or confusion as to why you are in a particular wave of Washaya, and the transparency of knowing why each element has been created in the way that it needs to, and the way that I've done it is so that the support is crystal clear. You know that when you begin with the Serenity Spirit Baby experience, you are working on opening the portal to motherhood, manifesting your baby, manifesting the life that also supports you having the baby, and the life that you desire alongside your baby. Because the way that I am very aware of manifesting things but not having the situation and environment to hold on to and to continue the magic outside of achieving the thing and welcoming in the manifestation that you would like is so real. And as I'm passionately talking about conscious conception and being really aligned with each element, I want to share that with you and show how my world is shifting in real time. So the Spirit Baby experience is all about being able to not only manifest your baby and bring the energy and the support and the love and the resources all together, it's making sure that you have everything set up so that once you achieve this outcome, the desired outcome, whether it's through IVF, adoption, natural means of conception, you can support yourself and your new family. What I find is so special about this is you also transform in other ways along the journey to opening your own portal to motherhood. So results that have been seen before are having a deeper connection with your own energy. Next, there's having a deeper appreciation and healing your body image insecurities. And the reason that this happens is because we talk very openly about growing up in a society that values and puts a certain hierarchy towards people based on how they look. Growing up in a world where pretty privilege existed very heavily, and to some extent it does still exist in certain areas, but when this is highlighted through Serenity, and that's my signature healing process where I utilize water, breath, and sound to help you alchemize and transmute uh, all of that energy, all of those emotions that feel really uncomfortable to witness. I show you how to shift that to give you the drive and the support and motivation to keep going on your journey in order to have the desired outcome, which is at the very least a positive pregnancy test. And this then helps you shift into the version of you who is totally capable of allowing that to happen for you. And this then breaks the barriers that were placed on you, that were outside of your control, that they were other voices that had told you that in order to conceive and in order for you to have the life that you want, have the baby that you've been waiting for, in order for you to have the relationship that you want, or even to have a relationship in the first place, you have to fit this certain criteria. You have to lose weight. You have to put on makeup. You have to act a certain way. You have to fall inside of these lines. You can't stray from any of those. You got to color inside the lines. You can't leave this box that society has put you in. And if you aren't any of those things, then motherhood and even planning motherhood isn't something that should be on your radar. So the spirit baby experience is the solution to at least getting you on the way. And then when your time comes to where you have the beautiful, beautiful positive that you've been working towards, we then flow into the spirit. We then flow into, we do flow into spirit because we move oh so effortlessly into the serenity birthing experience. Now, this is absolutely incredible because, again, you've done the groundwork with the Serenity Spirit Baby experience, manifesting your baby. You've held the vision, you've moved through the vision, you have done the healing, the core healing work that was preventing you from having this be your reality. Now we go deeper into this. So you are pregnant or you are expecting, even if you are not the person carrying the baby. Now comes the first trimester, and there are, of course, 3 trimesters in the the Serenity birthing experience as a package, and you can, of course, buy all 3, or if you, for whatever reason, don't find out, like right at the start of your first trimester, or you feel like you want to wait a little while, and I totally get that. especially if you are somebody who has experienced loss before. There is the option to start in the second or the third trimester. Now, for the first trimester, we are going to be going into the hibernation phase. So, with things like nausea, morning sickness slash all day sickness, headaches, tiredness, and cravings and nutrition imbalances, we are going to be talking about that from a holistic point of view and also from a somatic standpoint, being able to actually have a bunch of resources to help you navigate this without feeling like you're not doing anything. And if you feel disconnected from your body, this is going to be really, really helpful to bring you into the space where you have your baby's energy and you are allowed to connect with your body in different ways. And what I will say is there is also going to be throughout the birthing experience section, there will be an optional element to where if you have your partner or a preferred birthing partner or support person, they can also be included, and there are adjustments based on the actual like the relationship. So sometimes it might be that they are the person that is romantic. Sorry, I have brain fog. And sometimes I will just go on a bit of a rant. But yeah, so just bear with me that, and I'm gonna do my best not to edit this. I'm gonna see how it feels to just share it. So yeah, like the energy behind the support person or chosen birthing partner may be very different in terms of your actual relationship. So for some of you, there may be a romantic and intimate element to that person. So that support and how they can be integrated into the like all of the trimesters, but the first one specifically will vary, even if it's someone like a parent or a friend. So that dynamic can shift depending on who you choose. So there will be adjustments to those sections as well. Okay, so that's the first trimester and the hibernation and like the preparation stage. So of course with this, from a mindset perspective, there will also be the baseline mindset of PUPO. And this is pregnant until proven otherwise. So we will be diving into that and really setting the groundwork to help with flowing through anxiety and calming your body down when anxieties and fears do creep up. So especially when it comes to like the reassurance scan or the early scan, that can be a very nerve-wracking time. And what we will do is address the fears that come up and how to navigate those. And also, again, if you have a support person or a chosen birthing partner, how they can also support you as well. What I will say is I will be going into how to navigate this if you do not yet have a birthing partner or support person, and how to move through this, because this container in and of itself is going to be an additional support to help guide you through. So that's why I mentioned that the support partner element to it was optional, or is optional. Then we are going to be going into healing the past life and the childhood wounds connected to your childhood. And this will help you to clear any doubts about becoming a parent. Again, if we're talking about loss, because it's not to say that you aren't a parent already, it's just that the dynamics are very, very different. So the support is going to help you work through and work alongside these emotions, because the aim here is not to villainize anything. It's to allow you to see where you came from and what you consciously want to bring into this pregnancy and into this wave of supporting yourself and your family that you are creating. So this is a very powerful section, and although it is covered in the first trimester due to symptoms and the possibility that you may not feel like you want to really dive in and do a lot of learning, it is possible to adjust it to your timing and your preference, because you can move this into the second and third trimesters if you so desire. So what we can do is also slow that element down, so we can just extend it across all three if you would prefer to do a little bit in the first trimester, then do the next bit in the second, and kind of finish off in the third trimester. So that's the first trimester that we're kind of talking about. Then the second one is all about really focusing on the way in which you would like to parent, and thinking about deepening the bond that you have with your baby and your bump and body. So this is a very magical wave of the Serenity birthing experience, because here is where the the playlist, the customized playlist that I create for you and your baby, it's really going to help, because this is the trimester where your baby starts to respond to you. And not to say that your baby's not responding to you before then, but this is where the movements kind of get more frequent, and yeah, they get stronger, and you can really kind of feel that your baby is getting into a routine. So now, um what I will say is, this again is something to where we can go into the expectation for how your parenting journey can unfold, and we can plan for potential eventualities, if that is something that would help calm your nerves. So if you've got any questions around scans or any tests that are potentially going to happen, then we can create something that allows you to know, okay, this is what I want to ask my medical team, and then go from there. So again, we will go into the boundaries that you have around your pregnancy moving forward. So this may be the time where your physical bump starts to show, and this may be a point to where you might want to have boundaries in place for you and your baby's sake, and then also allowing your energy to really like infuse with each and every moment. So we're going to be talking about boundaries, and there's just so much that's happening in the second trimester. And then for the third and final trimester, this one changes pace a little bit, but it does have a really gorgeous end, because this is where we come together, and I'm talking about the naming ceremony and crafting the birthing playlist that you are hopefully going to feel at ease with as you prepare for your baby's arrival. So again, there will be pre-made checklists for welcoming your Washaya baby into the world, and this is something that can go along with your clinical birth plan, like the medical side of the birth plan. So this will help you feel more at ease, as you can have more options, because this experience is all about having options so that you feel in control, or more in control of how your care gets to unfold. Now, with the playlist, we can add in guided meditations. We can add those on if that's something you are really wanting. And throughout the experience, the birthing experience, we will talk about any meditations that you may need to help you. And yes, there will be the pre-made ones, the pre-recorded ones, but there will also be an opportunity for you to have custom-made ones that you can listen to over and over again. There are some surprises along the way, and I will keep those as surprises until you come into the experience. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to talk about the impact of what this support looks like and feels like for you. So, uh, right. Hang on. Let me also speak about the Serenity Comfort experience, because this is very important because of what I said right at the beginning. This is something where I will make sure that if you experience baby loss at any point during your experience, from starting at the spirit baby experience with planning and manifesting a pregnancy and opening the portal to motherhood, to any of the birthing experience trimesters. If at any point you need to switch to the Serenity Comfort experience, which is the grief support and baby loss package that I offer, just send a black heart. You can DM me. You can send me you can send me an email at support@washaya.com, and we will switch. So if you have already paid for the rest of the birthing experience and need payment adjustments and things like that, this is something to where the payment isn't the first thing that we need to worry about. We can sort the payment out a little bit later, because I understand how uncomfortable and distressing baby loss is, which is why I created the comfort experience. I needed something like the comfort experience. I needed the comfort experience when I was going through my own losses, like not just once. And I am so confident with how it holds women. And again, like I've been thinking about how to offer this in a way that doesn't feel restrictive. So yeah, we will sort that out, because the main thing is that while this is happening, I want to make sure that you feel supported when you need it most at the time that it's happening. I ideally don't want to have you feeling stressed out over finances when the support is what you need in that moment. So with the Serenity Comfort experience, this is your chance to exhale deeply. This is your chance to cry. This is your chance to be honest about how you feel. Because if you are frustrated, if you feel let down, if you feel angry and you don't have somewhere to put this energy, it is more than likely going to make your healing feel a lot more challenging than it needs to be. This is a one-to-one experience. However, there is the option for a community element should you need or want it. There is like no pressure to show up to calls or anything like that every single week. It is just a space to where if you feel like you want to share something, and obviously I'll be very active in that space anyway, so if you want to share something, you absolutely can, but again, there is no pressure for you to share your experience. It's just there to have that sense of community and the sense of belonging and feeling like you're not the only one going through this at whatever time you find yourself stumbling across this podcast episode. So I will also say that this space is something that is so needed. And the reason that it's needed is because you get to connect with your body through the loss or shortly after, or actually, it doesn't have to be like just immediately. It could be years ago. So as I'm recording this, I am 28. I'm nearly 29, but this year has meant so much to me because since my first loss, it will be 10 years. And that was the loss that changed me, and it definitely altered my brain chemistry. So I am here to support you and to honor the memory of your little one, regardless of whether you carried them or not. Baby loss is devastating, no matter how it happened or when it happened. The emotion behind it is still very real and raw. I am dedicated to shifting the narrative around baby loss, fertility, and pregnancy. And these invitations, these offers and packages are here to hold you. So with the Serenity Comfort experience, you get to remember your baby in a way that feels magical and not clinical or cold. This is a way to connect with your baby, even though they are not here physically. That doesn't mean that you aren't connected to them. So if this is for you, send me a black heart if you are already a part of any of my other invitations that I've just shared. But if you aren't in Washaya at the moment, still give me a message, like send me a DM, or send me an email at support@washaya.com and I will get back to you with more info. So the information will be in the description as to how to get in contact with me so that we can begin this work together. From my angel babies to yours, I will see you soon.